If you do this again, just put a 15-second disclaimer at the beginning of yourself saying you're a supporter of this product and you're helping out a friend, and you have plenty of content on the way. It will make people act a lot less douchey. I enjoyed the video though. That car would have made me shit myself.
That's a great suggestion, Trent. I'm sure a bunch of you guys were asking, what the fuck was with this haunted house thing? The short version. I've got a friend who's a director and he asked me to help out and promo his movie. I'm a big supporter of the local film scene and I've actually shot a couple of short films as well as numerous music videos. Here in Windsor, Ontario, where this show comes from, we have one of the highest unemployment rates in the country. This was once the automotive manufacturing capital of Canada. However, we took some pretty heavy hits back in the '08 recession. Not a lot of jobs available. But we do have the beginnings of a film industry. So when I was asked if I could help out, of course I said yes. Even if it's only sharing a video. Something to get the word out anyway, saying, hey, we're not dead yet. More films coming out of Windsor means more jobs. And I'm a strong believer that kids graduating college and university should have jobs. Ferdinand Strat writes in,
What genres other than metal and its subgenres do you usually listening to? Have you ever produced something in said genre?
For the most part, I'm into rock music. 50s Sun Record stuff, Motown, English rock from the 60s, new wave from the 80s, and tons and tons and tons of metal. That being said, I've recorded blues, country, hip-hop, and Celtic. I really love working with the Celtic bands because those guys have usually been born into it and can really play. Plus, you get to record a lot of cool ethnic instruments that you wouldn't normally see in metal projects. One of my favorites was this really cool Celtic rock and roll crossover that I did about 10 years ago called Regale. Kelly Hoppy from Big Sugar guested on it for harmonica and really tore it up. We used brushes on the drum kit, a telly into a Fender, real old school vibe, and it was a ton of fun. Check out this clip. Jason Maurer writes in,
What do you use to record your voice for your videos? Because I don't see a lag mic or anything like that, but it sounds really good.
I'm using an Octava MC102 small diaphragm condenser just off the camera. I had a pair of these modeled by Michael Jolie a few years back, and they're fantastic. They're made in Russia and fairly cheap. Jolie swapped out the internal electronics for higher grade capacitors and whatnot. They're used mainly on drum overheads and acoustic guitar, but through experimentation, I found out that they work great as a dialogue mic, just as long as you're indoors because they're very sensitive to wind. The rest of my signal chain is a Great River MP to NV and an Empirical Labs distressor. Jordan asks,
Hey Glenn, I'd love to hear your opinions on must-have pedals on a metal-style player's pedal board. Any tips would be greatly appreciated.
Maxon OD808 and a Crybaby Wah, possibly a gate and a delay for solos. I like my pedal setup dead simple, less stuff to go wrong. Pariston Hill asks,
Death Note shirt. You dig anime?
Yeah, I'm into anime from way back. Prince Planet from when I was real young, Battle of the Planets in my primary years, Star Blazers, and Robotech pretty much consumed me as a teenager. I had a bunch of animator friends in college and they turned me on to some really cool stuff like Akira, Dominion Tank Police, and Vampire Hunter D. Remember, this is back still in the pre-internet days when we traded tapes. I stopped watching anime in the mid-90s as I had different priorities then, like getting laid. Then in the summer of 2012, I got a subscription to Netflix. I browsed the anime section and I'm like, what the fuck did I miss? So current favorites are Death Note, Gurren Lagann, High School of the Dead, Detroit Metal City, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and High School DxD. What's really cool is that I've even got my wife to watch some of these. Together we've watched Attack on Titan in Japanese with subs, and I never thought that would ever happen. We've also watched Steins Gates, Mirai Nikki, Dead Man Wonderland. There is just so much great stuff out there, and there's themes that you'll never see covered in Western media. I think that's fucking great. If you guys have some suggestions for series to check out, I am all ears because I'm always looking to check new stuff out. Elmo's Happiness.
It's only better because you probably suck at programming drums. Also, what about Superior Drummer?
You're referring to my comment about real drums being better than samples. It's not because I can't program samples, it's because real engineers record live drums, and you only wish you could. Chazzy Licks.
Hey Glenn, what are your computer specs?
For my computer, I'm running an Intel Core i7-950 with 24 gigs of RAM. Graphics are an NVIDIA GeForce 750, and it's all sitting in a Cooler Master Cosmos low noise case that I put together back in '09. Lots of big, low rotation fans to keep the noise down. It's fucking great. Unearthly Brutal asks,
How did you get that kick drum tone? Sounds awesome.
yeah, that's coming off the mic on top of the camera. You should hear the actual kick mic. Seriously though, I'll be getting at the drum videos in mid-February when my schedule opens up. I'll be doing probably a 10-part series on the specifics. Meanwhile, if you know anyone who's interested in learning how to record drums, have them check out this channel and subscribe. And that's one thing I'd like to get across. The more subscribers I get, the more time I can put into doing these videos. That's more gear reviews, more tutorials, and more butthurt bass players. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And please share with your friends. Oh, I almost forgot this one from Hinger Rock.
Hey Glenn, you're a fucking asshole. Slandering another artist, that's really cool. You fat ugly fuck. Too bad Canada isn't closer so I can kick your fat ass.
This is one of several comments left by this guy, all pretty much saying the same thing. I'm sorry, but I'm a little confused. Was that ass kicking supposed to happen at recess, or were you gonna wait till after school?